Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. This report is for Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. My name is Lysander Xanthus and I am a clairvoyant, psychic, and energy healer. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the astrology, numerology, and card guidance for the day ahead, as well as guiding you through some spiritual practices. Today's focus, this is a new thing, is a deity highlight, and today we're going to be highlighting Lord Ganesha. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about him later. I've talked about him recently, but since this is a new incorporation to MMR, we're going to talk about him again, then it'll be a different god each week after that. All right, anyone wanting to know the schedule for daily focuses, that is posted on my page and on the Patreon. I like to begin with a little singing bowl. So this is going to help bring us to a place of peace and focus. All right, next I am going to be guiding us through a grounding exercise. This is an important thing to do each day as a way to practice self-healing and to release any energy that is no longer serving you. So let's begin. Imagine yourself inside of a large bubble. This is your aura. Imagine gently attached to the bottom of this bubble is a pipe that leads deep into the earth. Now imagine that the energy that's no longer serving you is a specific color. You're going to see this color drain down your bubble, down into the pipe, and down into the earth like water. So breathe as you visualize this, and we'll do this together. We release all energy that is not serving our highest good. We release all energy that does not belong to us, all foreign energy. We release all energy that we are now ready to let go of. We release this energy from every layer of our aura, from every chakra, from every part of our being and body. We release. As you see the last of this energy exit the bottom of your bubble, see the drain at the bottom of your bubble disappear, and know that your aura is sealed and complete. The pipe falls away from you and dissipates into the earth, and that is our grounding exercise. Whew. Oh, I was holding that one in. So after releasing energy, it is a good practice to replenish our energy with a positive energy. We're going to be doing that through a mini crystal healing. Today's crystal is an opal aura quartz sphere. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this crystal. So opal aura is highly rejuvenating, enhancing one's ability to feel at peace. It emits calmness and tranquility and accentuates the beauty within and the beauty of nature. My experience with this crystal is that it has a surprisingly really dense, heavy energy, and that it is excellent for doing deep healing and deep releasing, and that it does bring in a healing energy. So I'm going to be channeling the energy of this crystal to you. If you'd like to participate, just allow yourself to connect. I'll begin. All right. We're going to be drawing this mini crystal healing to a close. I hope you've enjoyed the energy of Opal Aura Quartz. All right. So while we are in this energetic space, we're going to move into our affirmation for the day. So we're going to say this affirmation together 3 times. I hold space for myself to feel my feelings, and I release them in grace. I am safe. I hold space for myself to feel my feelings, and I release them in grace. I am safe. I hold space for myself to feel my feelings, and I release them in grace. I am safe. If you are inclined to do so, I encourage you as always to take this affirmation forward with you in your day ahead. These affirmations, I like to put forward sentiments that we may not always remember or think of. It's important to give yourself space to be with yourself and to instill a sense of safety and security, because that can offer us so much healing in that alone. All right. So, and now it is time for our deity highlights. So I'm going to be telling you about Lord Ganesh, and I'm using this book as a reference, Encyclopedia of Spirits. Of course, I'll share a little bit of my personal experience. So I'm going to read the whole entry. I think it'll only take a few minutes, just for anyone who doesn't really know anything and is just being introduced to it. I also have an artwork. This is a drawing I did a few years ago. So this is Lord Ganesh. He is a Hindu deity. So I'll kind of hold this up and just kind of read from the book. So welcome to the deity highlight for Lord Ganesh. Ganesha is also known as the Lord of New Beginnings, Lord of Obstacles, and He who bestows blessings. He's also known as Ganapati, and as I mentioned, he is a Hindu deity from India. Elephant-headed Ganesha may be the most beloved deity of the modern Hindu pantheon, venerated by millions. He's invoked by Buddhists, Jains, and neo-pagans too. He's benevolent and gracious to all. Lord of Beginnings, Ganesha's blessings are sought before initiating any new enterprise. Ganesha is the lord of obstacles, removing but also creating them, sometimes from anger, but sometimes just to attract further veneration. The flip side of Ganesha is that he must be propitiated, excuse my pronunciation, before new ventures, lest he place obstacles in your path. Ganesha bestows, Ganesha bestows success, victory, prosperity, material comfort, romance, love, better sex, and supernatural powers and skills to his devotees. However, he can block all these things too, although he is unlikely to do so unless insulted and angered. Ganesha is a generous, sympathetic spirit, quick to bestow favors. He is a trickster, but on behalf of his devotees and those he loves. Ganesha has a fast, volatile temper, but he calms down quickly too and can be soothed and appeased. Ganesha is the first deity worshipped during Hindu rituals. His is the first image at the head of all processions. He's an indispensable component of all Hindu ceremonies except funeral rites. Historical evidence indicates that Ganesha was known as early as 1200 BC. However, surviving depictions are rare before the 4th century. He was incorporated into the Hindu pantheon comparatively late, in approximately the 5th century. Ganesha is believed to have begun his incarnation as a pre-Aryan elephant spirit venerated by jungle tribes. In addition to his other gifts, he was invoked for protection from elephant herds. He was absorbed into the Hindu pantheon as son of Shiva and Parvati. Various myths explain why Ganesha has an elephant head. In one, Parvati creates her son from the scrappings of her own skin. Ganesha was born while Shiva was away long-term practicing austerities. Ganesha is extremely close to his mother. When she asked him to guard her privacy in the bath, he took up his position at the door. This was the moment Shiva returned. Father and son didn't know each other. Shiva wished to see Parvati. Ganesha refused to let him pass. Shiva beheaded him. Parvati came to see the source of the commotion and was distraught. Now comprehending the situation, Shiva revived Ganesha but was forced to find a new head. The first to be had was an elephant's. Specifically Gajasura, but that's a whole other story. Ganesha is a lord of entrances, thresholds, and crossroads. Let him guard your door. It's traditional to place his image above main entrance thresholds so that he is always encountered when entering. Ganesha is happy to be venerated alongside other deities. However, never forget that he is the Lord of beginnings. If you feed him first before any other spirits. There may be conflict if you venerate him alongside other spirits who also expect to be first served, for instance, Alegba. Ganesha heals physical, spiritual, and emotional ills. Ganesha has the power to liberate from the karma of past lives, and he is often invoked for children by the childless. Petition him at a home altar or in a temple. Ganesha is the subject of a fertility ritual conducted at his temple in Madurai, India. Allegedly, if you bathe his image and circumambulate around it for 48 consecutive mornings, he will grant your wish for children. Ganesha is a popular tantric deity too. His trunk and single tusk are phallic symbols. Early Hindu texts suggest disapproval of Ganesha, who is then associated with certain rituals. He remains associated with Tantra among Buddhists. Ganesha communicates with devotees in dreams. Favored people. Ganesha will allegedly help anyone who approaches him with a pure heart. He is the special patron of musicians who play the tabla or other percussion instruments, as well as authors, poets, and writers. In Thailand, Ganesha is considered patron of elephant trainers. Manifestation. Ganesha has an elephant's head on a man's pot-bellied body. He has one broken tusk. His skin usually has a rosy hue. His big ears signify his capacity to listen and hear. His forehead is marked with vermilion, indicating his tendency to involve himself in issues associated with women, and his generosity toward female devotees. Iconography. There are countless images of Ganesha sitting, standing, dancing, or riding his mouse. Once you know what he looks like, he's very recognizable. Attributes: axe, lotus, elephant goad, rosary, and noose. Spirit allies. Ganesha serves Parvati and Shiva. He may be enshrined with Lakshmi and Saraswati. Realm. Ganesha's home is a celestial realm called the Abode of Bliss. He lives in a marvelous palace surrounded by a forest of wish-fulfilling trees and an ocean of sugarcane juice. His colors are white, red, and pink. His element is water. His numbers are 1, 3, and 5. His animals are mouse and snake. His mount is a mouse. And offerings. Ganesha is easy to please, but he cannot be fooled. He will accept the most modest offerings, but only if given with sincere intent and devotion. His favorite offering is said to be modaka, a type of sweet rice or wheat cake. Allegedly, the more modaka you give him, the more inclined he is to work on your behalf. Ganesha also accepts peanuts, fruits, especially bananas, sweets, candy, and sugar cane. So that's what this book has to say about this deity. And again, that book is Encyclopedia of Spirits. My personal experience, he's also very fond of honey, another sweet. And hibiscus, which is why it is in the image. Hibiscus and pearls. And I find he's extremely good-natured and extremely generous. So if you feel drawn to him, I would encourage you to seek a connection on your own. So that concludes our deity highlight. Not sure how long it took me to read that, so if it was a little too long, be honest, tell me, and I'll be sure to pick and choose specific entries for our deity highlight next Wednesday report. Moving along, it is now time for our card of the day. So this is intended to give insight and guidance into the following day, May 6th. And the card of the day comes from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. This is a collective message, so you may find you resonate with all of it or just parts of it. All right. So today's card is the Goblin. When the Goblin appears on your path, your plans are or are about to go awry. The Goblin wants to lead you astray and whispers the negative spell of fear, anger, resentment, self-righteousness, arrogance, selfishness, greed, gluttony, procrastination, and addiction. When the Goblin appears, it's time to stop what you're doing and check your motives. Are you coming from an ego-centered place? Are the circumstances in your life triggering unresolved past issues that still need healing? Now's the time for self-evaluation and taking inventory before you take another step. The Goblin represents the wounded ego and its influence. Dark, repressed areas of the psyche get triggered either in you or warning you of a dynamic between you and someone else. Do nothing. Stay still, send loving energies to yourself and others, and remember the divine connection in all things. The Goblin will disappear and lose power when you focus on love and fairness. That is the card guidance for May 6th. And now I would like to share with you the numerology for May 6th. It is a 6th day. And the guidance is to love yourself through your feelings and to accept yourself. 6 is a vibration of nurturing, so I find that for the day ahead, it's going to be very self-focused, loving yourself and having compassion towards yourself and giving yourself what you need to feel safe, cared for, and thus be able to process whatever it is you're feeling tomorrow and at this time. All right. Now I would like to share with you the astrological aspects of the day ahead. This is going to be describing the energy present in the day ahead, influencing all of us, available for all of us to use regardless of your individual sun signs. So let's take a look. Let's see here. The moon is in Scorpio, so there's going to be a lot of emotional intensity. There always is when the moon, representing our inner self and emotions, is in this sign. It talks about, very deep waters, and the ripplings on the surface are just indicators of movement deep within. And so the first aspect is the moon in Scorpio is squared with Saturn in Aquarius. And so this energy, this influence is saying really be mindful of what it is you put out into the world or what you're expressing to others, because with the moon there are very deep, intense emotions, and Saturn in Aquarius highlights being responsible in what it is you're sharing with others. In this case, the feelings and thoughts and what you're expressing to others. So being mindful of that. That tension indicates the potential to be a bit irresponsible in how we act, how we choose to act in response to our own emotional state. And then the moon is in opposition to Uranus and Taurus. So this indicates in the day ahead that you may potentially be emotionally stuck, or some emotional junk may come up for you, and your blocks will kind of rear their heads. Everything that's stopping you will kind of show itself. Uranus and Taurus is really encouraging us to get out of our rut. It's shaking things up, causing turmoil, but so that everything gets broken down and we have the opportunity to create a new foundation that we can build from, that's really in alignment with us. So if you feel upset or things come up for you tomorrow, recognize these as areas of healing for you. And remember the numerological advice to love yourself through your feelings and just accept yourself, accept your feelings, and know that you don't have to act on them. Just sort of be and nurture yourself. And that is the astrology for May 6th. We're just going to move right into our credits. MMR is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you. On screen are the names of our current members of Patreon. Thank you so much for your continued support, for helping me have the ability to create spiritual content. And thank you to everyone who shares MMR every day, and of course all of you who watch. Thank you for including this as part of your journey today. If you'd like to learn more about MMR or how to become a patron, please visit patreon.com/Morning Metaphysical Report. That link's on screen right now and in the description of the video. Members get access to exclusive content such as the monthly Metaphysical Report in May is up currently. All right. And now I would like us to set an intention for our day ahead. We are the creators of our reality, and this is a simple way to engage that for ourselves. I encourage you to set an intention for yourself or to accept my intention for you. This day ahead opens our heart to ourselves, to embracing ourselves and giving us all the emotional nurturance we need, and to take a step forward in healing any inner emptiness we may feel, any loneliness we may feel, any wounds we may be carrying. This day ahead opens us up to giving ourselves what we need and knowing that we can nurture ourselves without relying on external forces, though many of us are blessed to have external support as well. We open ourselves to receiving all of our good, and we accept all of our good here and now. Thank you. We are so grateful, and so it is. Remember to like, follow, or subscribe to Facebook, YouTube, or Patreon if you would like to continue seeing MMR each day. And remember to share this when it is morning in your time zone. Thank you everyone for being here with me today. I enjoy our time together as always, and I encourage you to leave some feedback in the comments about the changes for those of you who have been around a while, how you're feeling about things, if you're enjoying the new content. Thank you again. I will see you all again soon. Be so blessed. My name is Lysander Xanthus, and this has been the Morning Metaphysical Report.